Liv, we're back for Real Talk.
We're back. It's Liv and
Leonie, and it's 2026 and we are ready to go.
Oh, I'm so happy to be back. Ready after a summer holiday, here for my therapy.
So here
There's
for
been so
it.
much happening. So
oh my gosh.
let's talk
where
about it.
do we start? Okay, I want to start with the fact, I know we've just come off summer holidays and that's, really excited, blah, blah, blah. But the most exciting piece of news I have is Parenthood turned 5 recently. Can you believe it?
Congratulations to you. Would you like me to sing?
Happy
birthday.
For those listening, every time it's one of our birthdays, we Liv and I will do a voice note with a little bit of singing and, a little bit of a personal message. We don't need to bore people
I
with that.
actually think that's become incriminating evidence that if you ever wish to torture me, you will just release me singing happy birthday to you to the broader public.
That's how we roll. But can you believe it? And do you know what I was thinking? I know Real Talk started a good while ago, but when did I even bring this to you? Do you remember?
Do I remember? I was putting the bins out and I don't typically remember. I mean, for starters, I don't put the bins out. That's Mark's job in our household. But on this occasion, my phone rang and you said, I've got an idea. You're doing it. You actually don't have a choice, but hear me out. And 5 years later, and how many episodes are you up to now? Hundreds.
250, 60 something. Isn't it wild? Yeah. But I remember you came on after we went away for my wedding and I said, Liv, jump on the pod and we'll talk about travel with children. For those listening, I got married in Greece and Liv and I both had 6 months olds at the time. So we wanted to give everyone a heads up as to what saved us and what to pack.
What not to pack.
Right?
Talking about hospitals. I remember Noah was unwell and, needing to plan for these things or how you wash your clothes. It was also at the time, if I recall, just a really good outlet for you because you were struggling, at that time with your mental health and kind of postpartum, your mental health, and to be able to create this forum now where you've helped so many people and yourself, obviously, is incredible.
It's wild. I know, you're right. It was COVID at the time. So not only could we not see each other, we were in the depths of newborn land with our second plus toddler land. And we just, rather than picked up the phone, we just picked up a mic and had a chat. And people liked listening in.
So glad you've joined us to just catch up on life.
Love that. How was the holidays, by the way?
We had the best time. We were up in far north Queensland, as I've shared. For those who have been listening for the 5 years, you know that I quite like to escape up to the humidity. Everyone says you're crazy to go up at this time of year, but maybe I was this year because it was quite wet.
Was it?
Torrential rain. But for those who are looking on YouTube right now will see my summer glow, or in the reels that we will share. I worked very hard at, as I described, my aggressive tanning, says the person who also had a skin cancer removed last year. So maybe I need to learn more. But no, it was super relaxing. So nice when you're working so hard all year to just have time with the kids, albeit I did say to someone first week back at work, I've come back to work for a break.
Yes.
I am exhausted. Why am I exhausted?
Yes.
I've just been lying by a pool for 2 weeks. Have you been feeling the same?
I had.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Yeah,
I'm bored.
It's for me, it's weird. I feel the summer holidays went quite quickly. And I was like, I'm not ready to go back to Melbourne. So I spent a lot of the time at Safety Beach, Mornington Peninsula. We had such good weather. So we were doing the beach days. We're catching up with so many people. Half of Melbourne goes down that way over summer. And I was literally and Jules took an extra week off work in Jan, which he ordinarily doesn't do. Awesome. But I was like, can you take a month off? Maybe we could ship the kids off somewhere 4 days a week and we could just hang out here because I just wasn't ready for
ready for what was coming. Obviously, starting school or you just want.
Too.
Oh, right. So okay.
But just the rat race of it all.
You wanted to put life on hold, and you were not ready to go back to normal programming.
Although
I totally get that.
I am very happy to go back to normal Real Talk programming, and to your point, school. So our kids have just gone back. Our little ones have just started prep.
Our second borns. We both have 2 children, 2 little boys, and yes, we've both had our youngest start primary school prep or foundation, as so many schools
call it. Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. How did you let's start with you. How'd you go?
I'm speechless. Where do I even begin? It's been really hard for our family and for Harry. Probably for the last 6 months he has struggled with more separation anxiety than I've been used to. And I don't know if that's change related or age related. You know, he's obviously watched his big brother love and enjoy going to school, but school and the concept of school has become very, very scary. It's definitely a confidence thing. Mummy, I don't know how to read. Mummy, I don't know how to write. Mummy. So, we have been dealing with that for probably the last 6 months, I would say. Been really hard to kind of navigate. Story for another day. We'll do a whole episode on that and kind of coaching my youngest child, who was 4 at the time, kind of talking like this. Anyhow, so anyway, off to school. So my anxiety, as you can imagine, high. It went exactly how I was expecting it to go, given his nervousness. So I was saying to someone yesterday, it felt like I was, when we joke about Insta versus reality and we put all our happy, smiling photos on Instagram of first day at school, look at our gorgeous family. I mean, I didn't post because I don't have those photos because, it was really, really hard for us. As a result, I didn't enjoy the day because all I cared about was making it as comfortable as I possibly could for Harry. Good news is every day, he's getting a little bit better. He runs into the school, but then it's almost like a clip of him watching him running, and then as soon as he hits the classroom, it's like he's hit a glass wall, and he refuses to kind of step into the classroom. It's been my poor little baby. So I haven't had the emotion. I haven't allowed myself to perhaps have the emotion of, my second baby's starting school, and I feel emotional. I'm just an anxious wreck because all I care about is him feeling confident and safe and enjoying the first few weeks. The school's been incredible. So hats off to all the teachers who are used to this and saying to me, it's all good, go, we've got this. Yeah, then Harry will just say, Mummy, I only cried 3 times today. So once we get that down to 2 and then 1. So that's been my experience.
Is it hard to drop and run? Like drop him and go, I'm out of here?
Yeah, I mean, it is. But, as many of you know, I've had lots of experience in this. Harry's been in daycare since he was 3 months old. So it's not like he's adjusting to being away from mum and dad. He spent a lot of time away from mum and dad, but it is just the change and the unknown and then his own issues around, I've got to build him up and build his confidence up. So, and he's away from some of his buddies and he's got to make friends, but that has been a real highlight. He's come home and said, Mummy, I made a new friend today. Really? And I tell you, for any parent who's ever had their child share that, I'm sure people are nodding right now, there's nothing that fills you with more joy. So, there are certainly elements to kind of work through.
And he has his big brother at the school. Does he mention seeing his big brother and feeling proud?
Well, I think they keep the preps and the rest of the school separated currently, but I think there will be plenty of that once they all come together. Yes. Tommy's little buddies have been waiting at the front of the school gate and kind of yell, welcome to school, Harry. They've just been absolutely gorgeous. Yes. So, they'll have a ball, and I know that we will settle into this and we'll have the most brilliant year. Prep is so much fun for these kids. Really? It's just about happy kids as opposed to kind of, focusing on what it is they're actually learning. They learn by osmosis of being in the classroom in these early years. Yes. So we will just see how we go.
It's so hard, isn't it? Because like you said, you need to be stoic for your child, and so therefore you're like, I haven't felt all the feels. Meanwhile, I had my experience where, so Charlie, many of you know, my son has been going to an early learning program, which was at a school, which is school hours sort of thing. But anyway, he started at this new school. And so it's a different environment, but it's still school hours. So and there's still a level of structure that I think he's used to. So I don't know, perhaps also there's 8 kids from his old school that are going to this new school, so it's a little bit familiar.
Yeah, familiar faces.
Familiar faces.
So
And they've put 4 kids, like 4 and 4. So 4 are in one class that know each other and 4 are in the other. So he's got a couple of friends and he skipped on in, but then it was to the point where we're like, okay, we're in the classroom. We're like, we're leaving now. I hug him and then he goes to hug Jules, my husband, and he like hangs on a little bit tighter. And then I'm like, oh no. I'm like holding my breath and he's like, okay, see you, Dad. And like pulled back and like went to the table and started doing his arts and crafts. And I was like, oh, okay, see you. I was literally like walking out and I'm
Were
like,
there tears?
I'm okay.
Did tears well in
a
the
little
eyes?
bit. And then what was really funny was I jumped on Instagram and I was like, gonna say for those parents who have just started prep, I feel you. And as I'm saying it, I'm like, for those parents who just started prep, and then I started welling up and I'm like, where are these emotions coming from? Because it was just like, that's the last
that's
time
it.
we're gonna have the first day of prep.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you know, as you were finishing the last in 2025, like last time at this ELC, last time doing the daycare drop, whatever it might be, did you have any emotion then?
I was so sad. And I know. And this
You
is
and
me.
we are salt and pepper. We are salt and pepper sometimes.
Because I'm a pretty big ice queen. I have to say, I've done as you know, 250 episodes of this podcast. I've heard
I'm the ice queen.
I've heard some really, emotional things, even on the show, and I cannot break a tear. And I'm just one of those people, but the ELC finishing got me. And literally, I remember I dropped him off. And then I dropped him off that morning. Thankfully, I wasn't doing the pickup because I don't think I could have done that last pickup. So I dropped him off the last day, said goodbye. And I loved his teachers and everything, hugs to them, whatever. Then I take myself to a cafe and I start doing a bit of work and I just couldn't stop crying. And I was that person literally just sitting there and I'm like, it's the last time. It was just so weird.
I'm genuinely surprised by that.
Right.
But I love that.
Oh, it was, and then the messages that flooded the WhatsApp group, we're all going to miss each other, and I'm like, okay, this is a lot for me.
Well, these, kinder, ELC, daycares, all of these spaces have been communities for us for the last 3, 4, 5 years. I mean, the daycare that we have left, we were there for 7 years. I got to say, I closed that door for the last time and I was like, you are not getting another cent from me. I mean, they were wonderful and provided beautiful care to our children over those years. But I tell you what, I don't know. I think that's kind of how I operate in life generally. I close one door and I'm ready to kind of walk through the next one. So,
yes. No, I love that. So I threw it to our audience because I wanted to know how they felt. Okay, so I'd love you, Liv, you can predict what the answers will be. So I asked when your eldest started prep, I felt, and the options were excited, nervous, emotional, or all of the above. What do you think most people said?
All of the above.
Yeah, everyone, 70% all of the above. Because it is. You're excited, you're emotional, you worry, all the things. Okay, so when my youngest started prep, I felt bigger feelings than with my first or less emotional than with my first.
I'm going to say bigger feelings.
Yes, 50-50 on this one. So I thought,
This is a fun game.
Okay, all right, so I've got 2 more for you. I know who it is. So with school parents, this is a good one. We get along, I feel judged at times, or I don't make that much of an effort.
Would you like me to split the answers across those
what do you think? Yeah, so what do you reckon?
I would say that most people feel connected. So I'm going to say 50% feel connected because you gravitate to your people and then the people you're like, you're not my person, bye.
Yeah.
And then I do think there is naturally a whole heap of judgment. I think we've got multiple episodes on judgment. So I'm going to go 30%.
Okay.
Which means, you guys know that I'm not very good at maths. I think I've got 20%.
The rest is,
So I'm locking that in for 20%.
So I don't make an effort, 20%. So you're close. Okay. 70 people get along, and then it was an even split between the other
15.
two, which I was really shocked because the reason why I said I feel judged is because not because I necessarily thought of that as an obvious response for the poll, but I had a episode with Kyla Kirkpatrick. She's the Champagne Dane, and she's the best. Real Housewives of Melbourne, guys, check her out. But we also did an episode a couple of months back now, and she mentioned because she is the maid breadwinner in her family, she's a single parent as well. She will often not be able to attend a lot of their school events, and she said I will get commentary from mums being like, oh, you're never around that much, are you? And her comment in our episode was, do they say that to the dads? And so how is it different? Thoughts?
What is coming to mind is a girlfriend was telling me a story the other day that they had a bake sale at school and she didn't have time to bake something. Yep. So she bought something from the shop and was effectively kind of judged and shamed for doing that. So I hear you talk about Kyla, and I heard that episode and Kyla kind of being frank, and I think we can all feel that as full-time working mums that, from time to time there is and I don't often think it's meant in a malicious way, but I haven't seen you have you been travelling? Where have you been?
Yeah.
And when we hear that, we go, oh, I feel like I'm being judged. It is a bit of a hard one.
It is. And, you're right. I wonder how much you might internalise personally if it wasn't, even if the intent it wasn't there. Okay, so school routines now. Talk to me. How are we juggling it all?
You know how triggered I am by school lunches. No one has sent me a DM yet about how I can more efficiently manage school lunches. People just go, why is this such a problem in your life, Liv? I'm like, I'm just not a morning person, and the fact that it takes up an extra 15 minutes of me having to put nude food in kids' lunch boxes and take their little chips out of their chip packets because it's got to be nude drives me bonkers.
Yes.
Anyhow, so tips, waiting for all of yours to send me some tips. Planning the night before, uniform, that is a game changer. I'm sure lots of people do that. Making sure everything is in school bags for the next day, absolutely critical.
Yes.
What else do you guys do?
And it's funny because I actually I put it out to the community, what's one tip you have for a new school parent? And I had a few, which I reckon absolutely bang on. Arranging play dates, to find your tribe, but even before school starts or, in those early days of schools, being proactive. Another thing is, I love this one, things may fall apart at home during the transition period. So just decrease your expectations. The house isn't going to necessarily be as tidy. You're not going to get as much done because you're just trying to juggle it all, right?
There's something in there too about that we were just talking about our different experiences with our children and in particular mine, yin and yang experiences starting prep with my kids, not having that expectation too or being shocked that it wasn't like or expecting it to be the exact same is definitely something that I've had to check myself. Yes. It was easier to make friends the first time. It might not be, and I'm talking mum friends, not kid friends. Yes. It was easy to make mum friends first time around, but it might be different. And I can already see the first time prep mums and the mums who have already got kids in the school. It's a natural kind of difference already. So, oh my God, it's fascinating. It's a whole new thing I wasn't expecting.
It's a whole new thing, and I can't wait for us to continue, talking about the conversation as things progress. But hopefully for those listening, you've been able to get a few good tips around and also know that you're not alone, regardless of how your first, days at school turned out. We'll leave it there. I'll catch you next time.
See you later.